Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series videos I've been doing for a little while. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie, I expect this to be delicious, so hopefully I'm not disappointed. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I am inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, ooh, yeah, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today? It happens to be, boom, it's one of my Grimm shirts. Yay! I like this. It's a little bit hard to read with the metal style, sort of calligraphy, but what is Grimm? Grimm is a local band out of Illinois that I became familiar with just last year at the time I'm doing this in 2023. They opened up for a show that I went to go see, and I really dug their set, man. I thought it was really cool. They have sort of an industrial, kind of horrorcore kind of elements to what they do. Lots of energy, lots of cool theater. Really, really dug what they did, especially just being a three-man crew. Like, they put a lot into it, and they get a lot out. I really think they're an awesome band. I've been fortunate enough, I've seen them a few times since then, because they've kind of just been showing up at shows that I go to. And I know that, they've been doing really well for themselves. I think they're a fantastic group. I've actually got videos of the performances that I've attended. They're on this channel as well, just in case maybe you want to check them out. If nothing else, I'd be more than happy to kind of point you in the right direction as far as their music goes, because they are a unique experience and one that I think more people need to be familiarized with. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? It has nothing to do with Grimm or local bands or anything like that. It is, however, boom! It's from a company called HATA or HATA Soda, depending. HATA Soda, it is their white peach flavored soda. It's a Japanese soda. Yay! I've reviewed a number of Japanese sodas throughout the course of doing these reviews. I am fortunate enough where I actually, not close, but I live not too far away from like a couple of Japanese marketplaces and stuff and, some import stores. So I'm always on the lookout for things like this. And I've really come to enjoy, I like Japanese sodas even before I started doing the reviews, but they definitely have a thing for peach sodas over there, and I've really come to enjoy their interpretations of it. So hopefully this will continue that trend. But let's get a thing for the thing. It looks like that, and kind of like maybe like that. Ha 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 ha! Let's give it a go. Ah. I do like the metal container too. That's cool. Ooh, very peach smelling. Ooh, kind of a dry peach. Okay. It's not bad. Not as good as some of the other ones that I've had, though. It has a good amount of flavor to it, but I don't know. So, one thing that's kind of catching my eye a little bit, and I know I've reviewed something, at least one other thing from HATA, the brand. As you can see here, it's got like the ramen style bottle. So I'm guessing that's probably more what HATA does. It's like the ramen style stuff. And, I like ramen. I think it's good. One thing I have noticed with ramen, at least some of the brands that I've, been associated with over the years, they're not quite as punchy with the flavor as more kind of traditional. Well, that's not even, because really the ramen thing is really just it's like a style of bottle and everything like that. I don't know if it goes any deeper than that as far as definition is concerned, but yeah, I found that they tend to be a little bit more subdued with some of the flavors. Again, still flavorful and everything, but just thinking back, I did like a golden peach soda, Japanese soda a while back, and that thing blew me away, which just like instantly loved it. This I'm enjoying. It's very good for what it is, but it does suffer a little bit because, again, by comparison, some of the other flavors that I've had I definitely prefer. Yeah, it's just a little bit light in the peach flavor, you know. It's there, it's nice, and I will say I do appreciate the fact that even though it's very probably just an artificial peach flavor, um, I've mentioned this before, like, when it comes to peach flavor, I like peach flavor. I think it can be really, really good, but I also think it's one of those flavors that can very easily be done to death, especially with artificial flavors. You can go too overboard really quickly with it, and at least for me personally, once you pass a certain point with that peach flavor, it almost takes on sort of like an earthy quality that I personally don't like very much. I'm not a big fan of that when that's, how that's presented. I like it when it's got, just that nice sweet fruity flavor. This definitely works within that nice sweet flavor profile, so I like that. But it doesn't have the oomph that I'm looking for, It drinks nicely, but it's a more delicate kind of peach flavor, which is okay in its way. Not everything has to be super punchy, but I feel like if they were gonna go over there and go for a more delicate flavor, that's fine. But then you need to also offer up something a little extra to kind of keep it interesting. A little added complexity or something, just to kind of, again, just keep me hooked in. Because the drinking experience, while it is nice and I like it, the initial hit is more just kind of a sweetened carbonated soda. Then you get that sort of light peach flavor. Then after that, it kind of just fizzles out relatively quickly. It doesn't really linger on the tongue or anything. The best way I'm finding to drink it is to go over there, get myself a proper mouthful of it, really get don't sip it, get myself a proper mouthful of it, and then kind of let it swish around in my mouth a little bit so that all my taste buds can kind of get involved with it. That's when I get the best peach flavor. It kind of almost aerates it a little bit in my mouth, and that's when it's the best tasting. Yeah, it's not bad. But two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Maybe on occasion, and sure, but there's caveats. So, would I get this again? Sure, but only if there weren't other better peach flavored sodas available. Excuse me. And that might sound a little bit like, well, obviously, but no, I mean, because the thing is, this is still a nice peach soda for what it is, I'm enjoying it. I will continue to enjoy it until it's done. But it just, again, it lacks the oomph. It's a good soda, but it's just the fact that I have had other Japanese peach sodas that, again, just really blew me away. I thought they were fantastic. This doesn't quite live up to those standards. It's a good soda. I like what it's doing. I like the way it drinks, but it's definitely not as special as some of the other ones I've had, just for my own personal sensibilities. If I'm recommending it, though, you know what? I mean, it depends on circumstances and stuff. One thing you do run into problems with when you go over there and you buy these type of products, that come from other countries, oftentimes you are paying more for them because they're like an import type of deal. And some of that has been mitigated to some extent. There's, you can get ramen at Walmart and shit these days, so it's not as big of an issue. If you could find this for effectively the price of a normal soda, I would say absolutely try it. It's nice. It has, again, nice peach flavor. It's nice and kind of dry tasting. It has very nice qualities to it, even if it's a little bit underwhelming. But I will say, if you're paying the import cost on it, which it really can get kind of ridiculous, folks. Trust me, I know from doing the show. And I would say probably dodge this one. It's not bad, but it's not worth paying more than a normal soda's cost. It's still good, but it's not worth that extra investment. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of the year, folks. Go with your yourselves a truly peach-tastic rest of your life. Because peach is good, right? I don't know too many people who don't like peach. It's tasty. Peach pie, peach cobbler, it's a good time. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But What you do if you can't do it all the time? I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully, do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what's your personal opinion on Japanese soda? Have you gone over there? Have you engaged with it yourself? Like I said, these days, at least in the United States, something like ramen has become pretty commonplace. Yeah, you can get it at Walmart and stuff like that, I don't know how much that means that people have interacted with it, but certainly more so than, back when I was a kid and, first kind of starting to explore like Japanese treats and sodas and stuff, where it was still very niche. So, but I'm interested in, any opinions or, experiences you folks might have had. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you think it's just goofy and ridiculous? I like it, but that's me. Anyway.